Oh, what the fuck?
Excellent beginning. I hit record the second you did that.
Oh, this isn't mine.
Oh,
What is
that's
this?
mine.
It's coffee.
How did I get that?
I'm leaving it in. So, on that note, hello everybody. How's it
How did it
going?
get in front of me? Okay.
The mysteries of the ninth world, everyone. Oh boy.
Coffee is
Okay,
teleporting.
so anyways, hello. Thank you for coming and watching. This will be what, the 5th session, I think, that we're in? 5 in
Day
a row.
4.
Huh?
Day 4.
Day 4.
Yeah? No, dude, I've been keeping a journal since day
In
1.
that case, we are fine. So yeah, anyways, welcome to the 4th episode, I guess. Next time will be 5. We'll celebrate the anniversary then of Flesh and Bone. And unfortunately, one of our players couldn't make it today. He has an assignment due late tonight.
Which he will do amazing on, Dan.
Probably. I'm just kidding, Dan. I
Will
believe
Dan
you.
do me?
Yeah, so just a quick recap. Last episode, since 2 of our people were out, 2 of the other 2 were on an intrepid adventure 2 hours outside of their current location. But they got back safe and sound, albeit a little beaten up. Several buckshot was removed from the back.
Don't easily gain $5
And all that.
level, but-
But anyways, we are starting the new day over the ninth world, and this is where the day begins, I suppose. You are in the watching, I forget the tavern name. The watching. That's new stuff.
The sign is like blowing in the wind. We can't quite make it out, but we're
So-
trying our best.
What
Every
happened
time.
was an axolotl stole my steak,
Okay.
and then
God,
we
that
talked
was
to the guy who had the axolotl,
Yeah, he had this weird face.
Okay.
and then he directed us to some British guys
Yeah.
who had a key,
Yeah. Yeah. they
and
were also
I went
weird.
for a walk, and when I came back, they had the key.
Yeah.
So
We talked to them.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, that was lovely.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Is axolotl the little salamander?
Yeah, it's got like a wide.
Was it a
head.
big
The only one that
salamander?
didn't
Was it
know
like
what
a-
that was.
It was pretty big. It was
Yeah.
like it was like
It was big enough to
maybe
steal
this
my
big.
steak.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It
It was
ate
big.
like part of it.
Oh gosh.
and it was biting people, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd
Actually-
go after
I
that.
actually don't know that they're supposed to eat snakes, so it might be kind of sick right now.
Oh.
That's just what it looked like.
I think
it
Sparky.
is an alien creature.
Okay, thank
I'm
you,
sure it's
Barkeep.
And then we went to an underground place, and we opened it up with a key.
Yeah.
And there was a large floating boat inside, and raiders and insect people with shotguns.
Was it a boat?
Insect people.
It was a ship. It was a flying ship.
Yeah.
It resembled an
Flying
upside down boat, but with
Oh.
like.
Wait,
yeah, it was
how
kinda
do
like
you
this
know
shape.
this?
Huh? Because
Yeah.
I made it.
Barkeep.
Okay, that's weird.
Oh, I see. I'm the
Barkeep
barkeeper.
made the ship.
Anyways,
Alright,
you-
that's getting
This is
weird.
notable.
here we go. Oh boy, this is an all over the place beginning. But anyways, you walk downstairs of the watching Draka, get some food in ya, or I suppose that's,
Around me.
there's food around you. No sign of the metallic faced man from last time.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't returned from his talk with Lady Eminette, I believe it is.
I
It's
hope
kind
he
of
doesn't
growing
meet-
on me, but
But anyways,
I hope he didn't mention me.
Okay.
just anything in particular you want to do, or you just want to kind of go through the day?
You're gonna go buy armor.
Right, let's
you
go
wanna
do
go
that.
Yeah, you can probably find a smithy or a tanner.
Yeah.
Leather worker here.
What do you think? I'm thinking leather armor would probably be good to start with. Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. Oh, and a shield. You're buying a shield.
I should get a shield.
From the one that got
Where
destroyed
do you
last
buy
time.
a shield?
Something of taking
We
high
both
velocity
need
rounds
shields, I guess.
tends to break wooden shields apart.
We should get matching shields.
You told me it was a nice shield too. My
It
nice
was a
shield
nice
got
shield.
broken.
Your nice shield got broken. All right. So you want to do that? It won't take you too long. It's not a very big place, and people kind of got a sense of it. So about 10 minutes, you come to sorry, you're looking for a smithy, or no, you're looking for a tannery.
Tanner
Did
talk
Archibald
is good.
tag along to the
Are you coming?
I
with
guess
us?
so.
Okay.
I've nothing better to do than to visit my companions.
You know what? This time I'm fine with you coming along.
Oh, thank goodness.
There's absolutely no ulterior motive for me getting you to come along.
I believe you entirely without any suspicion.
So you walk up the path to this little I suppose it's like just like it's like a house tannery kind of thing with the those classic scenes where they got the shop on the side and house right here. It's one of those. You see one person. It's like just starting the workday. They're just kind of like moving some things around in their little open shop area right now. You see a tall woman just kind of with like black hair, just moving some leathers and hides around the shop.
Civ is pushing Freya in the door.
Okay, what do I do here? This is different. This is not a clothing store. Hello, miss.
Oh, hello. How can I help you today?
I apparently need armor
And a shield.
and a shield.
And your hand in love.
Not marriage, though. He's not.
No, I'm not good. I'm not determined to be tied
She
down.
sort of smirks to herself and says, "Oh, you adventurer types." But she says, "But back to the matter. I don't sell shields. You'll want to go to James just up the street.
Okay, we'll do that
he has
after.
some more of the armament apparel. He might also have some more heavy metals." If you wish to find those too, but I do have some nice hide armors if you wish. They'll run you about. She kind of does some calculations in her head. About 3-4 shillings, depending on the craft, really.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
All right.
Totally fine with that.
Oh yes, one. Archibald, do you want 5 bolts? I might have forgotten my crossbow, but in the underground.
You have spare bolts that I can just
I did ask him if he wanted
Yes.
to go back and get it. He said no. So.
Okay.
So this isn't me being a dick. This is him just.
This is me legitimately throwing my crossbow to the ground and forgetting to pick
You
it up.
actually forgot your crossbow?
I mean, we were like enraptured with the ship.
No.
Okay.
And I was mad about losing the shotguns.
Okay.
Maybe
So
next
what kind of color selection you got for your?
I'll take him if you got him.
He
Sure.
gives you
Thanks.
a bunch of different hides of different colors, ranging from they're more like yellow brown tones, kind of just like sort of similar to the herd creatures you see around.
Okay.
There's the odd like white and black one, but
I'm gonna try not to grimace at those ones.
you do see a fur kind of one. It's like
I'm gonna go with the yellowish brown one.
yellowish brown
Let's
ones.
go with
All
those
right.
for now.
Yeah, that one will cost you about. That'll be a 3 shilling.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty basic armor. There's no real ornamentation to it or anything. It's basically it's here to stop a sword.
I actually have general crafting as my skill right now.
Oh, you could-
It's what
you
I'm
might
it's
be
what
able
I'm
to-
working on right now. So I might decorate it myself. So
That is totally possible.
yeah. So I'll go with that then.
All right. So she hands you.
Those 3.
Yep. She hands you
Okay.
a nice hide jacket with sleeves and or padded jacket with sleeves. And you give her the money. And she
All right.
thanks you very much.
So where did you say the shield place was?
If you just go up to the shop to the left and then take a right, he's about halfway down the first street on your right.
All right, we go there.
Thank you.
All right, so you walk over there. You see,
Okay.
it's not it's a woodworking shop with the different
That was a-
shields and
That was a leather jacket,
Well,
technically.
yeah, like a
So I'm
leather,
just
sort of
gonna
like your
put an arrow to
sort of
that
like
and put
your
armored.
fashionable jerkin thing you
Yeah.
have, but with padded sections
Okay.
all over the arms and
Cool. We'll deal with armor once
Yeah.
we've got the shield.
that'll be plus. That's 1 extra point armor.
Cool.
But yeah, he's just working away. Just looks like he's doing some commission work for something because it doesn't look like
Does he have things other than shields?
They're pretty basic shields. There's not a lot of call for things like that. He mainly does repairs and things like that for the passing people.
Okay.
But he does have some basic shields. They're not
nice shields.
They're not nice shields, but they're definitely suitable and you
Well,
can-
it's better to have one,
Yes.
and we can make it look pretty after, because I got
Oh.
this, so I can do that
You
while we're
got
on
that
the road.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
These shields are
I can
hideous.
prettify things.
Okay.
Hi there!
oh, hello. How are you doing?
Are you aware that your wares are ugly?
Don't mind him. He's a little bit messed up here. It was an accident when he was younger.
My hair is
He
fine.
was-
Why are you pointing at my hair?
He was struck by a horse-like creature that wasn't a
Do you have
horse.
shields that we could buy?
He kind of like starts ignoring you too, and he's like, "Yes, I do. There's some very they'll stop a crossbow bolt. Like they're hardy shields, but
Oh.
they're not the most elegant, like I said before. Shields. That will. So you Jester, like, are you looking for a shield?
I think we both want one.
Oh, you both want one?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Oh,
You're good?
I'm good.
You're
Alright.
good? Okay, I'll get one.
Do you have knives though, by any chance?
Knives? No.
Not the
he-
kitchen
okay.
sword.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of you might be able to find some basic stuff at a market, but again, anything besides a farmer's farm weapons to kind of scare
Yeah.
off creatures, you're not gonna find anything
Okay.
beyond that. What the hell is shields?
He's searching through his wares. For some reason, he can't find the shields that he's meaning to sell.
That are on the wall.
Well, yeah, they're on the
He
wall,
can't
but
reach them. He's
I'm not
actually
seeing
really
anything
short,
here.
so he's actually looking for the stepladder.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that'll run you about 3 shins.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
about
I can
3
do
shins. Oh, excellent. And,
Yeah.
so he hands over a rudimentary round shield with minor metal bracings in the back, a little recurved, so that he can kind of hold. It's fairly thick. The wood's about that thick, and interlacing slotted. So it's pretty. This is one of his better shields because he realizes that people aren't here to scare off monsters. You're here to survive. So
Yes.
he's like, yes, he shows.
But we
what
do
he's
scare
better
off
than.
monsters too.
Oh yes, that's true. But
Yeah.
he hands you one of his better shields. So this looks solid. And you look at it like, yeah, this is it'll stop a bolt in its tracks. But,
Oh right.
You're
which
gonna
is
regular.
impressive
Attach
because
it to my back
All right,
with the
so
rope.
all right, so you've
It's on
done
my
that.
turtle
You've all good to go.
I'm good.
All right. All right. Anything else you want to do in town, or
I
do
mean,
you
we
want
probably
to
need food.
Do we have rations?
Yeah, you probably there's you can probably
Should we
talk
go to the
someone.
supermarket and pick up
Yeah.
some rations?
Yeah.
There's a general store where you probably find some rations.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually called supermarket.
It's called supermarket actually.
Supermarket. Yeah.
But yeah, the rations, those it's about 5-6 days to Key on foot from here.
Cool.
And that'll be you about have about three rations left for everyone. So that'll probably be about bulk order for people 5 days. We'll say 9 shins, kind of
Okay.
like three per person.
3 each, okay.
Well, it's like 4 per person because Andre is he's there. You have to, but he's kind of didn't want to go out with you guys today shopping.
Oh yeah, yeah. He'll tag along,
That
but he'll be
legion.
really quiet and damn, he's
Yeah.
just so out of it. He's just
Yeah.
not feeling.
He's looking
well.
He's looking a little off. You're not sure if the alcohol got to him again or if he's coughing a little more than usual. It might be just one of his off days. So.
Yeah, yeah. He's,
I pat him on the back and I say, I'll do all the talking for
As
us.
you do that, he starts hacking and wheezing.
That helps get the sickness out.
He just kind of like looks and stares daggers at you as you're like smiling, like grin, like
Do
from
you know
ear
how
to ear.
old
His
he
mouth
is?
is
Like this
He's
is
as old
not
as I
something- Oh boy.
He's old then.
Doesn't-
Very.
But yeah. So anything else you'd like to do, or would you like to continue the adventure to Keep?
Well, is there any real way to get inside the keep without,
Which Keep?
well, like the giant keep that the farms are outside of?
The castle?
Yeah, the castle.
This is the main gate.
Okay. Would there be anything interesting inside of there?
You don't know.
I-
I mean,
We would like get. Are there like buildings inside?
oh, there's
that-
no building. It's
Okay.
mainly like gardens.
Okay.
Terrace gardens.
I mean, I
along-
like gardens. They're
path up
okay, but
Yeah.
They're
we
not
should really
open
get
to
going.
the public. It's really just people who have business inside the keep
Okay.
We get a
who
business.
who would really
I mean,
have legitimate
we have
access to it.
an Archibald.
You do
We
have
have
me.
business everywhere.
That's right. Where there are people, there is business for me.
Whether they want him, there is business for him.
Do you have any burning desire to go and make friends?
If the desire for adventure is strong within you, companion, then we
think-
shall.
I think we should go make friends at Key, though.
Okay, that is fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Sorry, you
I
almost
apologize.
stumbled us right into that.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting side piece. To be like, oh shit, things are getting real now. I'm just kidding. There's nothing too bad unless you start murdering everyone in town. I think you'd be okay.
Safe. Quick save.
You're saying, yeah, no safes coming in this game, sir. I'm the only one that gets to do that.
Alright.
Anyways, so you'd like to continue your adventure?
Yes, let's make it
Alright,
keep.
so you set off down the path.
I'm gonna-
As you're going, just nice, wide open plains. You see a bunch of, I believe they call it geen, just kind of grazing, couple of them pulling carts around fields. Sorry, Galeen. They're just pulling carts around fields as the day progresses and so on and so forth. Things happen.
I'm
Just,
gonna busy myself and decorate my shield a little bit.
okay, as you're walking, you kind of like
Yeah.
marks on it and things like that, and in the intermittent breaks that you guys take here and there. So this progresses for about 5 days-ish, unless there's anything specifically you want to do along the way.
No, not really.
Not a lot happens. You see a trading caravan kind of like going back your way.
Like a caravan of like people.
Yeah, like a trading caravan. So
I
they
wave
have,
hello
like-
to them.
as they were going past, they just kind of wave hello to you too.
Is there anything interesting looking?
It's a bunch of carts. You like all their wares are either if they do set up shop, they're packed away,
Okay.
or they're just transporting them from point A to point B. You're not quite sure, but they seem friendly enough as they walk past, as they ride past. They're Galeens, which are that really long bodied, like kind of like beasts of burden kind of deal. They're kind of like sort of like bovine-ish, I believe these ones are.
We aren't quite sure because we aren't quite sure what a boat
Oh no, all right, okay. Sorry, these ones they're more like big, just lumbering creatures. It's hard to describe. Those are just
Gigantic
based on this one.
anteaters without noses?
Oh yes, I like that.
Oh, did you find the thing?
No.
Oh damn. Because I know there's a better description. I'm just reading the.
What were they called?
Galeens, Galleen. They're pretty nice. They're usually reared for their meats and hides and things like that. But they can also be used as beasts of burden.
Nice countryside.
Yeah,
Reminds
it's
me of
just
home.
really just nice countryside. Stars are nice
Didn't
and
really like
they
home.
camp.
I'm kind of disrupting the peacefulness by talking.
Yeah,
he
well,
is.
I was just assuming that was happening.
Like consistently.
As the days progresses, you get closer and closer. You start seeing the odd signpost. Let's say this way.
I was actually really close.
Were you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Only they have like finned tails.
okay.
It's
I was thinking of something different then. Excellent, but that is what you see.
Yeah.
long anteater body
Mhm.
or face.
It has a
both
beak though.
or like a
And 6
bill
legs.
and a spiny tail or whatever.
Still like a normal anteater?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
As the it's about mid-afternoon, like or just past 12, when you come over a small hill and you see the sprawling city of Kiev laid out before you. It's large ports off.
We're gonna go to a library.
Oh yeah, I like the library. I don't remember anything from it because I'm really bad with trivial knowledge.
Well,
But I
the
like the
library is
library.
usually only open to scholars and those with
those with-
dispensation by a city official or someone who's influential within the city can get you in, or anyone at the Amber Papacy.
Or those with connections, and we are rather good with making connections,
Yes.
are we not?
Totally.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to tell you about something earlier, but it's something that you should be easy to roll. That's
Okay.
just out of character there. Yeah, you see the large port kind of because this is a fairly high cliff. You see the edge of the large port. You see the sea or the bay that it sits on, off to its far western section. You see the rising from the center of the city this huge sprawling Vatican-like structure, which is the amber, what's it called? The Druka, which is the basically Vatican City.
Okay.
It's about a mile across, and it's just filled with all sorts of scholars and things like that. But it's several different towers and big structures.
Oh,
in
I have a
great.
map of Key.
Oh,
yeah, we
perfect.
actually have this tourist map of Key that
Yes.
they give
Well,
us.
I would assume you would have at least at very worst on working knowledge,
Yeah.
at best an actual map or something. But yeah. So you're approaching from sort of if you have the same map as I do, you're
Mhm.
approaching from we're near the 8 there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you walk down, it's about 2 in the afternoon by the time you get down to the gates of Key.
Are there people at the gates of Key?
There's some standard guards, there's nothing. It's a trade city, so they're pretty liberal with letting people in.
Hello, guards.
They just kind of
Guard stand and
morning
guard-
or good afternoon to you, sir.
guard stand.
And they just kind of like brush you through. It's a large gate. This is where people. This is one of the many trade gates where actual caravans go through.
Okay. So make our way inside.
All right. You walk through. As you walk through the city, you see this is one of the outer areas. It's not as poor as the other side of the river, but it's still not great. This is like lower middle class. So you got some buildings. They're slightly run down, but everyone seems fairly happy.
Good old home.
Yeah, sprawling streets. Just get a better view of this. You pass by a nice civic fountain. And it's fairly large for the area.
Mhm.
Where would you like to go to begin with?
I mean, we should.
Any places you used to visit that you want to go see?
Are there any places?
Places that you know of. This was your district actually,
Okay.
that you kind of were a part of. It's actually kind of amazing that you chased the one criminal basically all the way across Key. But there's a nice bar or tavern kind of area. It's been
Alright.
you've been on the road a few hours. It's called
Go grab some rooms.
it's called the Warrior's Palm. It's a nice place. Usually, you remember the bartender was usually pretty friendly to guards, and you were a regular, so he probably remember you.
Okay.
Assuming he's still in charge, that is.
So
It's been a few years.
We'll head over there and try and secure some rooms for the night before we do anything.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you see the big structure on your map there, if you moving straight forward and up, it's at the crux there, straight up. It's just on the other side of the street from that weird apex that looks like kind of like this.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right about there.
Okay.
So you walk into, you see the sign. It says Warrior's Palm, and the picture is like of a gauntlet facing outwards. And it's a decent sized building. It's it's nothing special, but it could house about 30-40 people fairly well. So as you push open the door, it's not badly lit inside. There's 7 or 8 tables kind of laid out, a little larger. Windows letting in that nice natural light. It's got a nice atmosphere. There's a small buzz for people who like workers who are either having their lunch a bit later, or just people who are just walked in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Across the way, you see the bar itself being manned by an older gentleman about in his 50s. He's got sort of like graying hair. He's a bit thinner. He's also got that's about it. And he's got some lines on his face.
Is he the old barkeep that I recognize?
No, he's not. This is a different person. So either he's another employee that you don't know, or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go say hello to that fine gentleman. He seems like an interesting fellow.
Let's all do that.
Yeah.
All right, so you walk up to the bar, and he looks like he's been doing work like this for a while. He's got a air about him where he's like, hey, how's it going, kind of deal.
Hello, seasoned gentlemen. How are you today?
I'm doing fairly well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastically.
Oh, excellent. Can I get you folks anything? As he says that, Andre kind of coughs in his direction, kind of recoils a bit.
Okay. Actually, I was wondering, are you in charge here?
I am. Yes, this is actually my establishment. Welcome to the Warrior's Palm.
I used to hang around here a few years ago. Whatever happened to the old manager?
Oh, Stavros. Yes, well, what happens to us all?
I don't know what happens to us all. Could you elaborate?
He died.
Oh, how tragic. Did he die in battle like a great warrior?
No, he keeled over one day.
Oh, how uneventful.
He was about 70 years old, sir.
Gosh, that's almost 60.
Is that a character? Is that a character?
You're laughing. Everyone's just kind of someone on the stool beside you just kind of looks up and like what? Are you feeling all right, sir?
I feel never better. I am Archibald. I am always good. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
He kind of hesitantly kind of shakes your hand. All right. Yeah. My name is Samson. Yes. I'm sorry about your friend, but yes.
That's alright. We were wondering if we could grab some rooms for the night, actually.
He looks over at his books. He's like, yes. That'll be about. I've got 3 rooms of. No. I got 4 rooms available right now. How many would you like?
3.
3?
What? You don't want to bunk up with me? We can tell stories of our
You
adventures.
get your own room.
Just 3. Someone's not. Archibald or Andre's.
I'm sharing with him.
Andre can bunk with me. Him and I want great
Andre's
tales of
really
our
sick
adventure.
Right now. He needs to have someone there just in case.
I'll be there to take care of him through sickness and health.
Andre seems he's like I just need to lie down right now. I don't
It's
really
okay.
care.
We'll,
So
yeah.
he does say he's like, however, excellent. The only one thing, please leave your weaponry in your rooms. There's no weaponry allowed on persons inside of my bar or
of course.
outside of the establishment, unless special dispensation has been given to you
Wait, in the city?
in the city. This is a city,
Is this a
dude,
new
unless
thing?
you're a guard or part of some caravan guard. You're probably not allowed weapons just waltzing down the street with.
Okay.
Can I conceal my forearm blade somehow?
Do you have what kind of clothes are you wearing?
Just like kind of like ordinary clothes. I guess.
Ordinary clothes. Do you have a jacket kind of on, right?
Yeah, I would
Your
have like a
forearm blade,
coat.
Was it behind your back?
It was kind of like towards the side a little bit. Like
Mine
it
was behind my jacket. I could
Like,
probably
Okay,
leave it
you
there.
could probably conceal it.
I don't know
You
if
would
I want
probably have
to.
to move it unless there's some sort of cloak thing. Like if you have a small weapon, I'm sure it would be fine.
Yeah.
But walking around with great swords is probably not cool.
No.
So, yeah.
All right. Thanks for the information.
I guess
Yeah.
being not a guard is a lot.
Yeah, I don't
better
have
than-
special privileges anymore.
Yeah. So, as you're saying, as you procure these rooms, he's like, "Ah, excellent. Third, fourth, and fifth door just on your left."
Of course.
Wow, how
Top stairs.
convenient.
He looked around. He's like, "Oh, really? It's not a very big place."
Well, me and them.
But anyways, so you walk upstairs and place all your things. You kind of like,
Put my great sword in the corner, sadly.
yeah, you don't have any
I'm gonna put all
knives,
my
do you?
weapons away.
No.
Yeah. I'm sure you
Um,
could, like, even with your 3 big weapons, you could probably have just a small knife, like a light weapon off to the side if you wanted to buy one. But,
I do want to buy one, but right now I can just punch things because that's,
Yeah.
that's the same damage for me as a
Do you
knife.
want to just have my arm blade with you? Because I'm totally fine with walking out without any weapons.
Well, I'm strong. I can just beat people. It's all
Yeah.
good.
I'm gonna carry my arm blade and bolts.
bolts? Okay.
Yeah.
Were your bolts on a side thing or a quiver?
It's like in like a quiver, I guess.
Quiver? Okay.
But I will not carry that. I'll leave my crossbow.
That's, I mean, sure, you can carry that around with you if you want, I
I'm-
guess. It's not a lot. Anyone will, well, okay, yeah, if you want to do that, no one's going to make a huge guff about it. The guards might say, leave those at home next time.
My
Just
bolt.
because you can, they're worried, it's like, yeah, stab
Like
someone
a-
with
That
it.
was low key. That was like my intention. If like someone comes up, I'll be like, yeah.
Anyways,
I'm gonna leave all my stuff in my
All filled
room.
in for
All
trying
of
to reach
it?
the right
Okay.
position.
Except my whip, I'm gonna put under the pillow so that it's
Okay.
hidden
alright.
because
You now
that thing's
will,
precious to
you'll
me.
now dream of whips.
Yeah.
And names.
I mean, why not?
That's exactly how it sounds, everyone. Anyways, so, as you walk, I'm assuming anything you want to do in your rooms other than that, or just head out?
I kind of is Andre gonna like stay in
Stay
the
here,
room?
have a nap.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely.
check
Okay, I
if he
kind
needs
of
anything.
like lay. I help him to bed, and I kind of start telling him stories, trying to soothe him to sleep.
He's like, he's like, please go away. As he
Okay.
hacks in your face.
I give him a light pat on the head, and I say, I hope you get better soon. I know it'll be hard without my presence, but I think you'll manage.
He
I have
just-
faith in your abilities.
He just kind of like groans and turns off to the side and
Okay.
tries to fall asleep.
I healed Andre as best I could.
As
I
you're
believe
walking
you.
down, as you're walking downstairs, you see Samson at the bar with two interesting people. One's a woman, one's a man. They're just kind of like in like hushed tones with him, and he kind of.
What are they wearing?
They're wearing pretty generic clothing. Actually, I'm gonna get you to
generic
roll
people.
perception. Actually.
I gotta.
Is
no,
perception? Yeah, perception is
It's
a
a
20.
d20.
I'm just trying to pick which dice.
Do you have anything that would
I'll
help
do that.
in this case?
No,
Not really?
Not like
Okay.
any skills or anything.
Judginess.
Judginess.
Other than
If that was a miss roll, you can
18.
18. Oh, well.
Oh,
You get a secret. Ooh. Sorry if my breath smells like coffee.
It's all good. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, as you walk downstairs, Samson kind of just like glances around and he just kind of, as he sees walking downstairs, like, oh, if you need anything, Gabriel here will let's help you with it, like get you food or water. And he takes those individuals into the back room with him.
Interesting. Yeah, Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Oh yeah.
What is Gabriel like?
Gabriel, he's like this looks like one of his first jobs. He's a younger gentleman.
Yeah.
He's like kind of he's about 17, 18 maybe. He's like yes, what can I get for you? Short.
Oh yeah, could I grab a drink for myself?
Of course. Anything in particular or just the house ale?
Just the house ale.
Oh, excellent.
Just take a seat at the
Either of you two would like anything?
Oh, the same.
Same thing? Sure.
Your finest liquors.
All right. And he
You're
kind
paying for that.
Alrighty.
he's like, all right. It's nothing super special, but it's a little more top shelf. This would be like at a fine establishment. This would be about mid shelf stuff.
This isn't gonna be that stuff that I drank.
No, that's if you that's like if you want something real strong, and it's usually found more in the border towns or.
Oh, okay.
Out
Thanks,
places.
Gabriel.
Here they have more refined, a lot less caustic
It's
drinks.
amazing that Gabriel knew what I was drinking before.
Can you guys give me a
We're in trouble
roll,
sometimes.
a perception roll?
I was gonna ask Gabriel a question.
Oh, yeah, oh yes.
Do those two come here often?
They've been here. He's trying to think. I've seen them maybe once or twice before. I don't really pay attention to them. They don't generally order much.
Okay. How recently was this? Do you...
Oh, he's trying to think. He's like,
He just started
I'm trying to
his
think.
job.
The
Don't
last
push him too much.
time I saw them, he's trying to think. Maybe last week, ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
I flip a machine for a tip.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. He runs and gets you your drinks. So about 5 minutes pass. Can you guys give me a roll?
16.
5.
14.
Distracted by the breathing.
14. Where do I have the thing?
I was in my own little headspace.
So you don't hear anything. You kind of hear some shouting a little bit, just like muffled shouts and like raised voices come from the back room. Both of you two, you don't really hear a whole
I'm in
lot,
mine.
but I assume they would have told you.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gabriel comes back with your drinks, just kind of puts them down.
Was that the back room that Gabriel was in?
He was at the tap at the
Okay.
bar.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
he's okay then.
Yeah.
I'm getting attached to Gabriel already.
Don't worry, Gabriel's fine for
Thank you.
now. But now that I know you're attached. Anyways, he's like, puts down your drinks and he says, would you like to open a tab or pay right now?
I'll pay right now.
I'll pay right now for
That'll
sure.
just be a one shit each.
Of course.
One shot.
Or
Right.
each,
to
okay.
be two for you.
2.
What expensive things?
Could I convince him that I want it for 1?
Are you good at like convincing people?
Don't you have that as
pleasant
your flex skill right now?
interactions? What kind of
Pardon?
Because I'm trained in all things charisma because of my leads.
in that case, yeah, I'll let you I give you a roll. I'll give you a roll.
Okay.
No, just a second. It'll be. He seems like he wants to do a good job, and it helped that you kicked him a tip earlier. He might just kind of. He looks like he might be malleable to look the other way.
Look the other way. If I just convince him, I give him 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So I roll for it.
Yep.
10.
10? Yeah. He's like, oh, he also remembers things like, better for business, this kind of stuff. He thinks like, all right, this one time, I think I can do that, and so you kick him a shin as well.
Thank you.
You only have one shin, don't you?
No, I
Okay.
just want to keep my money.
That was like, huh. All right, so yeah.
Just wait for the people to come out of the back room.
All right. Well, give me one more perception roll, everyone.
11.
12.
18.
18. This time you two hear a clash, from the back room, and one more, and like a yell.
What kind of, like metal or like just heavy?
It sounds like something heavy fell or was pushed.
Okay. What is this? What's the doorway like?
The doorway, it looks like it leads into a kitchen area.
But is it like an open doorway or is it like?
It's like a push-in doorway with a small little window, like standard kitchen stuff.
All right, I'm gonna just stand up and walk over near there, like ambling.
Okay.
I'm gonna like walk over there too.
Just like check it out, like.
If you Gabriel went to the back. If you look, you see him kind of off to the side of the kitchen, but you also see another door that's closed off to the far wall.
Is there like anyone like if I started walking down there?
No.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna walk down there to that doorway.
All right, so you walk.
with my beer.
Excuse me, sir. You can't be back. You hear some more. You hear some like hushed voices as you approach the door. Gabriel's trying to stop you.
Hey, Gabriel's like looking the other way.
Oh yeah, he is, but
Yeah.
he opened the door and
Oh.
ambled in. You didn't
Okay.
stealth with your beer. But yeah, as you two approach the door, you hear like
Still
hushed
looking for
voices
good
and like
graces.
worried tones, and you hear two people like, "You're not getting away with this. You're coming with us now."
I'm gonna just like kind of barge in.
Barge in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of walk in.
The door's locked.
Oh, I'm just gonna walk into the door, I guess.
Yeah, you go. and, you
Ow!
hear, and you hear from the other side. What was that?
The door is locked.
It's not a very heavy door.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna kick the door.
All right, you kick it
with the beer in hand.
I may have been
Skilled at
like,
breaking.
please kick in the door. But all right, so yeah, just give me a quick roll.
I have
Make sure you
asset
don't
to
break.
breaking things. Just
Excellent. Oh, it's a
14.
14. You fucking kick in that door, sir.
Can I talk to a pretty lady while they're doing this?
Talk to a pretty. Yeah, you can.
I
talk
feel
to
like you would hear the door break.
Okay, you hear a as you sit down beside.
I'm tired. I've gotten
sound
beat up a
beside
few
this,
times.
A darker skinned woman who's looks like she does construction or something labor intensive, and she looks like you know you're here on a break. So you do that.
Is this a glass mug, by the way?
No, it's a wooden tanker with
Okay.
like some kind of lining inside.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
So
If you drop it, you're
you just
gone.
did that. Anything you want to particularly hit on her with, or just kind of
Oh no, we're just making small talk.
Okay,
it's
just-
just nothing big. I'm
nothing
just
big? Okay.
yeah. She's not my knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
But
What kind of companions do you travel with? Mine are weird.
Weird. So you kick in the door and you hear oh from the other side, and what you see in front of you is a small, sort of like dimly lit room with two smaller glow globes that are kind of the only light source, with a desk in the middle, and on the one side, on the wall, kind of pinned there by this a larger gentleman is the woman who you saw earlier. She's kind of like pinned by the throat, kind of against the wall with
Okay.
one arm off to the side, and there's a small knife on the floor by her. You see Samson across the room kind of stand up and look shocked that the door just got kicked in. And you hear a "Rrr" from the other side of the door that you just kicked in. There's another large gentleman.
Where's
There.
with the other marshal? Sorry.
Sorry. And the other marshal is like kind of like just. Well, looks like he was about to get rushed by the other big gentleman before the door got kicked in and shoved him off to the side.
Okay.
I'm gonna come in.
Howdy, marshals. Need some help?
What is going on in here, Sammy
They
boy?
is like, the fuck? Get them, and the one of the big guy rushes towards you.
So initiative.
Oh yeah, sure. Roll initiative. I may have forgot that initiative is a thing.
well, I'm flirting.
Yeah, you're flirting. So give me a roll anyway.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah, I'll take my initiative. I'm 8.
8,
That was a 9.
9,
11.
11. All right. So. So you were 8. You were 9. So. Oh no, 11. You said. Sorry.
Yep.
9. And then. Oh. Okay, cool. All right. So Archibald, what would you like to do first?
So is the door like blown off its hinges, or is it just like
so
kicked in?
Here's the room. It's fairly standard.
Yeah.
You guys came in about here, and then the door got slammed into a guy who was right here. Here's the desk.
Okay, so it's still on its hinges.
It's okay. Yeah. That's just okay. So the door is like this right
Okay.
now, but you definitely busted the lock.
Okay.
So you got a guy around here. One of the marshals is right here. Yeah, marshal.
Yeah.
You said that. The other one is over here, pinned by the big dude, and then Samson's kind of right here.
You should also draw the hallway and where I am. Just in case.
The kitchen is right about.
Draw the knife.
Oh damn it! I have it turned on the side. Whatever. This will be fine.
Yeah. It'll do.
And then then the knife is right here,
Okay.
kind of right here.
Good job.
And
That's not bad.
and then so you kicked in the door. Sid, you're right here, and Archibald, you're right about here.
Okay. And the one dude is charging at Civ.
Yeah, he's rushing Sid.
Which one?
Oh, sorry.
The free one?
This guy right here, this guy right here who had her pinned originally,
Yeah.
is going to kind of like throw it to the ground and then turn around and come after you. And then, Freya, you are like right about here. Freya, and then the hot chick is right here.
Yeah.
Does the guy have any weapons on him at all, or is he just
He's
charging
got a
with?
small knife, or he doesn't have any. At least none that you see right now.
Okay. I'm gonna like kinda get around Civ.
Okay.
And
You can get to about here.
okay. And could I like try and like hit the guy?
Yeah, you can definitely try and give him a good punch. I'd say movement within this. You know what? Yeah. I'd say this room isn't exactly to scale. I'd say you'd be able to take a few steps and just give him like a good swing.
I like kind of like go over to him like kind of get around him. Well, yeah, like I like pop in like the guy is like
What's going on here?
like pretty much like that. I'm like
All right.
hello.
Yeah, give me a roll.
19.
19. Oh, you okay? So you have the option of having a minor effect go off or deal more damage.
A minor effect sounds kind of
Minor effect. All right. What would you kind of like to happen?
I don't know, like he's like dazed or like he's like
Dazed?
I'm like.
All right. So you clock him.
I also like jump out and say sneak attack as well. I'm like sneak attack. Like what?
And he wasn't ready for this. He just sees like this blur of motion,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, wha-bam! And he's just, whoa! You gave him a nice clock, and he's just, what the hell was that? Sid?
So is the other guy behind the door still?
Yeah, he's behind the door, but he's starting to push it back in.
I'm gonna kick the door again. Like
Kick the door?
And I'm gonna put might effort into the damage.
Oh shit! Okay.
So I'm like kicking it fucking hard.
All right, so you're really giving it to this door. What door? All right, give me a roll.
10.
10. All right. So subtract from your might pool. So you deal damage. You put your foot right through this door. And you feel like you got this guy in the stomach as well. Right?
Cool.
You just like, and you
We
retract
should
back
roll for
out.
initiative for Andre too.
Andre is still snoring.
Andre rolls 1. He starts to choke on his own blood.
Almost. All right. So
Andre
I wasn't
takes
actually
the
expecting you to do that. But, yeah,
So that was 5 damage.
all right, and now one of the big guys. So this guy is gonna he's gonna move around the door, and he's gonna look at you, but he's also gonna see that they got the marshal here, and he's gonna take a swing at the marshal. And the marshal is going to you give me a roll.
10.
The marshal's just gonna kind of like knock it off to the side, and be like, oh. And no, that won't happen. So yeah, the marshal's gonna do that.
For you.
The other
No,
big
you
guy that
go
you just
first.
clocked is dazed, so everything will be one step to his detriment. He
Okay.
won't skip his turn. So he's going to. Oh right. So you are here now. Archibald, you're right there. He's going to take a big swing at you. Give me a roll.
7.
7? As he swings, he misjudges it, and it swings just past your face.
Ah.
Whoa.
Oh.
That means this marshal is going to get up. She's kind of choking, and as she gets up, and she's kind of like reaching for the knife, and she picks up the knife and steps up. The other marshal is going to swing at the guy that you kicked in the stomach earlier.
Mhm.
Can you give me another roll?
5.
5. Unfortunately, he swings at him, but the guy manages to kind of like duck out of the side at the last minute. And Freya? Go.
I'm gonna ask the pretty lady what she likes to do around here for fun.
Oh, well, there's not a lot. My days consist mainly of work, and then I kind of go home and
that's
do.
so
You
sad.
hear some crashing in the back.
Yeah.
But I like reading. There's
Oh,
a
that's
book.
good. Yeah, books are great.
What's Gabriel up to?
Gabriel kind of is just like you see Gabriel kind of like, oh shit, and he's walking. Like,
Everything okay, Gabe?
he's like he was not ready for this to happen. He's like, what is whoa? He's kind of like freaked out a little bit.
Okay.
Archibald, go.
Okay, I would like to kind of like the guy. I would kind of like.
Sorry. Samson goes now. He's like, oh god. Yeah, he pulls out a knife and he's going to move around to this marshal, but he won't be able to attack. He's like, damn it. He looks like he's panicking a bit. Okay, now go.
The big guy that I'm fighting there, I'd like to like kind of like try and like kick out his legs from under him.
Kick out is like, okay, that'll be a little harder, but yeah, sure.
Okay.
Give me a roll.
13.
13. Oh wow. You manage to as he swings at you, and the kind of haymaker goes a little wide. You manage to do this badass like thing where you like turn around and sweep the legs and just whoa, and he topples to the ground. He's now prone in front of you. You don't do any damage though because you were just trying to. Knock
Yeah, I'm just trying to knock him down.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sid, go.
How does the guy behind the door look?
He
I guess
looks
he would be
like-
slightly out of behind the door because he took a swing.
Oh yeah, sorry, thank you.
How's he looking?
He looks like he looks like he just kicked him in the stomach, and he's looking like he's not looking terrible, but he's looking like oh god, he's looking like oh, he looks like he got severely hurt, or like hurt badly from a punch, right? Because right now it's not lethal, so it's not like he stabbed him. But
I mean, punches.
I mean, yeah, but
So if I move up, actually, well, can I move up to Samson? Do you want me to roll for fleet of foot?
you were you were right there. Sorry, you want to move up to Samson?
Yeah, I want to take an action after though. So
I'd
it's
say
fleet of
being
foot.
at the front of the door, yeah, I'd say you have to use fleet of foot just because it's right on the edge.
15.
50, yeah, you run right up to Samson, you get right in his freaking jammies and just.
Can I make a grab for the knife?
You can, yeah. Give me a roll.
No. 14.
14, yeah. As you rush up to him, and he just, as he's coming out, he's like, shit, and you grab his hand and like just wrench the knife right out of it. And now he's disarmed and just, he looks like he's freaking out a bit. So then this guy is going to, he can't really reach anyone else, so he's going to take another punch at the marshal. Yeah, give me another roll since you have the most affinity with these people. 2. He clocks the marshal real good. The marshal, the marshal goes to swing, but it was, he feints with his left and just slams right into the marshal's face. Cool. And he spits out a little bit of blood because something got cut on the inside of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
The other bouncer is going to he's going to get up, try to get up. Yeah, he's just gonna get up. He's like, oh shit. He's gonna kind of at the same time he's gonna kind of like move kind of more towards. Actually, he's gonna move more towards here. He's gonna like take a crawl to kind of throw.
Is he gonna crawl? Does he get up from a prone position?
Yeah, he's now standing, but he hasn't moved that much, I suppose. You know what? He takes all his movement in his action to move kind of like just a little bit as he moves up. And he's now facing kind of you off to one side and the marshal, who's now picked up the knife with the other.
What's the penalty for attempted murder of a marshal?
It's a lot higher than what they might have been charged when they were probably getting charged for. It's pretty high.
Is it like death or is it like money?
It's definitely a good long prison sentence.
Okay.
But depending on what the intent was it like, are you targeting them specifically? It might be life imprisonment or like several years or death. Who
Okay.
knows? All right, Freya, go.
I'm gonna. I'm listening to her talk.
Yeah.
She's rambling.
She's just talking about how she works in the textile.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah,
Well, right
she's
now-
rambling about her boss right now. He's been a real jerk lately, and I'm being that supportive person.
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Samson is going to see you right in front of him, see the marshal to the side, and back away. And he's gonna kind of like back away from you.
Okay.
He's gonna move back here. He's not confident in what happened.
I'm not
Actually, you know
surprised.
what? He's gonna move this way. Actually, kind of more away from the marshal, not into the corner.
How sturdy is that desk?
It's a nice desk. You know, it looks like it's an office desk. It's solid construction, but
But it has legs.
yeah, it's got legs.
Gotcha.
They're nice, but definitely breakable. If
If you're skilled at
if
that
you're
sort of
good
thing.
at it, yeah. Archibald, go. Oh, hold on.
So for the guy that I'm fighting right now, I'm gonna like take out one of my bolts.
One real quick. You see Gabriel run past you, like towards the door.
I'm gonna like pull out one of my bolts
That's weird.
and like try and stab him in like the leg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me a roll.
9.
9? Yeah, you just managed to like stick it into the side of his leg, and he wasn't ready for it. He just feels a sharp pain. You hear a howl from back from the pain. Just ah!
Gabe?
God.
Yeah, we'll say it's that. So, yeah. Do you pull it out or do you? I suppose it doesn't really matter. You stab him.
Yeah.
Stab him with the arrow. All right. And now save go.
I'm gonna walk up right in front of the other bodyguard.
Okay, so you're gonna just move.
Yeah, yeah.
around. So I'd say you can move into do an action.
Yeah.
That's immediate.
I'm gonna just talk to him and say, the last time someone tried to kill me, he ended up on fire in the river.
That doesn't make any sense.
Do you really want the last time someone from Key tried to kill me?
Fire in the river.
Fire
Makes sense.
and
I know.
All right, give me an intimidation roll.
16.
16. He just kind of looks at you like, what? What? And like he's definitely thrown by this. He's like, what? And the other marshal kind of looks at you. He's like, what? Wait a minute. He kind of like looks at you too. Like,
How?
all right, cool. So the guy you just like said that to is a little taken aback, but he's still gonna look at you and he's gonna try and push past you and move around you. So
Okay. Should I?
yeah, roll for him.
5.
5? No, he's not having any of it. You managed to you put your hand out and just kind of like stop him in his tracks. He's like,
No.
no. And yeah, you get in front of him and stop him.
I'm still holding the knife.
Yeah, you're still holding the knife off the side, and you're like, nope. So let's see. The other guy who just got stabbed is going to kind of like look around and just kind of give up. He just sits back. Like, all right. Puts his hands up, kind of like,
Please stop.
yeah, please stop motion. Freya.
Okay, I'm gonna smile at the lady and say, okay, I should probably check this out. So I'm gonna wink at her and
She
go
winks
and
back.
check on Gabe.
As you say that and start getting up, you see Gabe actually. He just left the
Yeah.
room, but he immediately comes back in with a tall armored gentleman who looks like he might be part of the town guard or the city guard. And they start moving towards the back room.
I'll follow them.
Okay, cool. Samson is going to attempt to leap over the. He's just like, oh, you move, and he's going to try and bolt out this way.
Okay.
So he gets to about here. You know what? Just for flavor, he gets all the way over here. Just for some flavor.
It's got adrenaline.
As this is happening, you basically slowing this up. As Samson runs towards the door, you just hear a caw and spit all over my computer. And you just see him just get choke slammed right into the ground by this. Looks like a like you would recognize him as captain of the guard.
Nice.
Or of one of the district of the. Because the districts are broken up, the city's broken up into like the districts of the other side. There's 8 total, as well as those are broken up into more of the precinct kind of deals.
Mhm.
And this is one of the captains of the precinct, and he just slams him into the ground, and then he's just like and says, "Nah, where do you think you're going, Samson?" You sort of recognize the voice. You're like, something kind of triggers in the back of your mind.
What's
That is pretty much wrapped up the combat. So.
okay? The guy in front of me is just like,
Yeah, he's just like, he saw his boss just get choke slammed to the ground. One of his buddies just got stabbed in the leg, and he's like, the other marshal advances, taking out a small knife, or a knife, and like basically holds it to his throat, and he's just like, "Ugh."
okay,
So yeah, so all of that has happened.
cool.
I'm gonna lean around the big guy. Thought you'd be in here.
As soon as I'm sure, like,
Yeah, he's just like, please step back, citizen.
all right, I'm
Alright,
gonna like look at the captain of the guard once I'm sure the bodyguard in front of me isn't about to deck either of us.
Oh yeah, he's not. The other marshal is basically like puts the knife away and puts him in some manacles.
I'm looking at the cap.
Yeah, the captain does the same thing for Samson. He's like,
Do I recognize him? Or
yeah,
is it
this
just
is like, good job, Rovana. He says good job to Rovana and Kalissa. He's a good job, you two. Take him in, and as he like looks up, you recognize a man who you actually worked with in the past at your precinct. This is you knew him then as just Marshal Thrast, or his full name is Thrast Geovolt.
Okay.
But you just call him Thrast.
Yeah.
You know, pretty friendly atmosphere. He looks up and he recognizes like, Civ?
Hey, Thrast, you don't really train them as good as you used to, do you?
It's just like, well, he wasn't the district captain of that.
Or as good as we used to.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell are you doing here? He throws Samson up to the, like brings him up, throws him some manacles. He's like he kind of looks around. He's like, he kind of like, agrees with you a little bit. He's like, yeah, but to be fair, they're greenhorns.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
I was just here for a nap. What's going on here?
Breaking up a what do you call it? I just had it.
Mafia.
Had the
No,
ticket in his hands.
Something.
There's
I
just
had
so
this
many
all
evil
written down.
doers
I'm
these
so
days.
proud of myself.
So a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was just breaking up an illegal betting ring that Samson was running out of the back room of the Warriors Palm. I was just breaking them up. They've been taking cuts away from the official
Oh yeah.
gambling halls.
Captain now, looking good.
Thank you. Actually, it happened a little after you left. Because he did help you track the guy down. You just managed to basically choose the right path where he's went to the left path.
Okay.
But yeah, he was kind of your buddy cop at this time.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like, hey, how's it going? Yeah. He's like, it actually happened because of the incident. And he looks a little nervous because he knows he got fired over this. He's
Yeah.
like, the incident.
No,
He's like, I didn't get to say this to you before, but personally, I agree with what you did.
thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate
But,
that.
if if you're in town, you should come down to the precinct to say hi, catch up.
Sure. Actually, I was wondering about the weapons. Think you could grant me an exception?
He kind of.
Old time's
like,
sake?
Not really.
That's all right. I understand.
Sorry. He's kind of like. He's like, come down to the station.
Sure.
There is a way, like the only way he could kind of grant you something is like if you were helping, like working for them as like
Yeah.
official people. But it's very it's difficult for him to do. But I'm trying to think of something here. Okay, cool. He's like, yeah, just come down to the precinct. I will need to take your statement and things like that anyway.
Of course.
So yeah, just you remember where it is.
Yeah.
So
You don't need to take my statement here, right? Because I was just in the front.
No. Why are you still here?
She's with me.
Do
Yeah.
you need a statement
Actually,
from
he's
me?
with me.
I like talking.
I do need a statement from you.
I can give you many statements.
He's just like, okay, just you and your party just come down to the precinct in about an hour. And
Wait.
We'll get this all together.
Sure thing.
Cool. Yeah. So they lead them off. Gabriel's like, as he passes Gabriel, he's like, I
Wait.
guess this is your shop now, boy, or something like that, because it's not
Yeah.
real official. Or something.
Yay,
They'll
he's
figure that out.
moving
He's
up
like,
in the
just
world."
keep it under control for now, and we'll be back later to, clean up the site, and figure out all the legal issues that just happened. So he leads out the three perpetrators of this gambling ring and leaves you in the warrior's palm.
Alright.
Actually, give me a percentile roll, actually.
Yep.
That was
Well, it's a 9, but what's the other number?
30.
30.
30?
39.
Unfortunately, you spilled about half your goblet.
Aw.
Fray.
It's like I tried to stop it with my mug and it spilled a bit.
Yeah, it was like, oh, now your hand's a little sticky.
Okay.
It's a little uncomfortable, but nothing too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the hot lady.
Unfortunately, she's just getting up at this time and saying, "I'm sorry, I do have to go."
That's okay, I'll see you.
But she does give you a little slip of paper, which
With
not
Not her phone
no,
number.
it's not. This hasn't really come up yet, so I'm just going to explain it now. In the Ninth World, there is a way of long-range communication. It's sort of
She
like
did give me her phone number.
it's sort of like that, but it's more. Basically, what you have to do is someone has to give you, or you have to obtain. They don't understand this quite well, but you have to obtain their DNA somehow, whether it's through hand, like some skin flakes or something, and then you can give it to someone called they're called pigeons, which are basically just sort of like devices that can track down people within the data sphere of the world and deliver messages to them.
Okay.
Cool.
So she gave me her phone number.
Essentially, she gave
What's
you,
her name?
Her name is. I didn't really think about this. Her name is.
Her name
Tanya.
is Esmeralda.
It's Tanya. Her name is Tanya. She's-
Tanya?
Yeah.
Okay, Tanya.
She's like, write me a letter sometime.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'm just gonna sit at the bar, finish my
Alright,
frothy
you finish
beer.
your thing. Gabriel's off the side, just a bit in shock. And
I'm kind of I want to talk to. I'm like talking to Gabriel, like being like.
Oh no, don't ruin our friendship with Gabriel.
He like at the bar. He just gets some of the high shelf stuff and just pours himself into it. He's like,
Yeah.
throws it back. He's
Get me
ready
another
for
one
the
of
guard
those.
to just kick in the door and start kicking the ass of his boss.
Well, now he's the boss.
So you're just talking to Gabriel.
Yeah, I'm just like telling him of like what I
He's
did.
he's almost in a bit of shock. He's just like,
It's
uh-huh.
actually probably good for
Yeah.
And he's just kind of agreeing with you here and there. He's not really paying attention, but
I don't notice.
yeah. But it's not like he's like overtly. Like,
Yeah, overtly rude to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wave the pizza.
It's one of your better conversations you've had in a while.
Yeah, it is honestly. I'm very happy with it.
So about an hour passes and you start heading down to the precinct.
I'm gonna steal the knife inside my bag.
They would have confiscated.
Oh,
Unfortunately, sorry man. Crime scenes. These are actually decent cops. So.
God damn it.
But so you start walking towards your old precinct, which is it's sort of where you're currently at. If you go straight up, almost towards the outside of the city,
Yep.
it's about 20 minutes up that road,
Okay.
up that kind of like road along the outside of the wall.
Cool.
This is District 7, by the way,
Mm.
not District 9. I
Oh.
thought about it. And I was like, no.
I was about to make a comment, but
Yeah, that's where all the aliens live.
Oh yeah.
The
Well, we
visitors.
ran into those. No,
if,
those were
honestly, if there
nice.
was a District 9, it'd be in like the shittiest part. Key is super elitist. But yeah, District 7, it's one of the nicer areas of the outlying city. Yeah, so you walk in there, there's several, it's more of like a barracks kind of deal, where you've got some on-call marshals. The marshals are kind of just like the detectives
Yeah.
kind of the time. Marshals or guards, whatever you want to call them. Well, actually, I suppose the hierarchy is district captain, marshal, guard. We're just looking for Thrast's office.
Yeah.
And they kind of just like gesture to the far side of the room. And Thrast is sitting there, just writing out like an incident report kind of deal.
can't say I missed the paperwork.
As he looks up, he's like, yeah, it's definitely not why I became a guard, but these things have to happen in order for justice to be done.
Of course.
He's more of like kind of like by the book. You're kind of like he wants to be more renegade, but he just can't bring himself to do it.
Yeah.
Right. That's the kind of person that Thrast is, but he sort of still admires you for doing what he believes is the right thing, even if it did cause a lot of kerfuffle.
Yes.
Kerfuffle is his
Kerfuffle.
word for it. Well, you hit the the seat, but anyways.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, so I'm just gonna get you to fill out what happens on these papers. You know the procedure.
Yes.
So he hands you 3 different things. Some different things. You just write down what happened.
This is what you get for coming along.
Yeah.
Met hot girl, got her number,
He
heard
did.
loud noise, went to
And
room.
After you're done filling out, you hand it back to him. He goes through. He reads like 3 lines. And he's just like, I don't think I need to include this.
I didn't think so either, but you handed me a page.
He's just like, well, you came along. But anyways, like, all right.
And moral support.
So anyways, Civ, welcome back to Key, I guess.
Yeah, we were here. We were headed to the library, actually.
Oh, the library. Oh, well, he's like, well, that's not an easy place to get into. Yeah, I mean, no offense, but you're a bruiser. You're not one of the scholars. So.
There's still ways.
Yes, and there are ways you need like letting in like basically a party like yours who's not really affiliated with the Amber Papacy would need a letter of admission by, like I said earlier, by someone affluential in the city or someone within the Draka itself.
Like you?
He's like,
Yeah.
I don't really possess that level of thing, but he's like, kind of, he thinks to himself for a minute, and he's like, a small idea starts popping into his head, because he's like, he kind of like, he's like, could you shut the door real quick?
Of course.
Yeah.
Get
So-
close.
Yeah, the door's closed, and he's like, Civ, you're wanting to get into the Amber Libraries, are you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have that authority myself, but I do know some people who do, and 1 or 2 of them owe me a favor here and there. I might be able to procure something for you. However, I also do need some help myself. And he looks a little bad, like, I hate to do this to you, like, kind of leverage something that you want against something I need. He's like, but you are one of the few people outside, or one of the few people who I trust to get something like this done. And unfortunately, I don't have the manpower to continue to pursue this line of investigation. The only
We
one.
got some manpower.
Yeah.
Like me?
He's like, yes.
What were you thinking?
Okay, so over the last several weeks, several people within my district and District 8 have also gone missing. These reports they've just up and vanished.
Any links between them? Anything new?
Until now, no. Or until recently, no. We thought this was isolated to the first case, or perhaps something completely different. But a second body had turned up, and he's like, so the first time we saw this body, we found it in a old warehouse closer to the edge of the city. The reason we thought it was an isolated incident is because, I gotta go back a little bit because I messed up my own story. I'm very sorry. It's like, a body
Obviously
has,
having a real
until recently, there's been no traction on this, until one of the missing people turned up. Missing his spine.
You need that
Like,
to walk.
Just the spine?
Yes.
Like, was
from
there-
the base of the skull to the tailbone, his spine had been removed.
Was he okay?
He was dead.
What? Oh.
You might have to have a talk about anatomy with your friend on this.
It doesn't help. I
Yeah, it
promise.
doesn't help.
I'm like immediately distracted with something on his desk.
Okay. So. Okay.
So, again, there hasn't been, since that day, this was several weeks ago, since that day there hasn't been any traction, and with the few guards I have, I don't have the, like I said, manpower to pursue something like this.
Of course.
Spine missing.
If you help me get to the bottom of this, whether it's body traffickers or possibly the Cathedral Forum doing this, I don't know, but if you can help me figure out who's doing this and stop them, I will call in my favors and do everything in my power to get you into the Amber Cathedral.
I think we can help you with that, but
Sounds like fun.
I will need my greatsword.
He's
Yeah,
like,
we're gonna need some weapons if we're going after people who remove spine.
that is completely fair. He goes to a small filing cabinet kind of shelf deal, pulls it open and writes on some paper. He's like, these are your permits essentially for carrying weapons inside the city.
Tucked into
He's
my
like,
diary.
So he hands you those. He says, near about 5 minutes walk down one of the side streets, pretty much right on the wall, is where we found the body. It has since been disposed of, like buried and
Yes.
or cremated, or however they chose to bury or send off the dead. But anything you can find would be.
Do you have any leads? Anywhere you could point us?
Do you know where the people have gone missing from?
Yes.
Okay.
He said he pulls out. He's like, "Do you have a map on you? I can show you the."
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
we
like-
have this
so
tourism
he's-
map.
Yeah. So he kind of like traces. He finds the different houses that in his district that people got missing from, and he's like, say that you're here to like question them if you're with us, show them the permit, they'll probably believe you. But these are the houses. There's 3 total from this district, and then he's like, and then there's several from District 8 that also gone missing. But again, he's not sure. He hasn't had the time or people to investigate this thoroughly. So
Yes.
he's like, anything you turn up, please let me know. And
Never gone on a people search before. Go on search for lots of things, but not people.
yeah.
New experience.
Yeah, definitely.
So yes.
Of course.
Then says he's like, thank you very much, and I will start asking my contacts about perhaps procuring the documentation required.
Sure. Thanks. Let's get a beer when this is done.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's good to see you again, sir. And thank you very much. Now
Yep.
I have to process these. 3. Excuse me.
I mean, you only need to process 2, but okay.
The 3 people he arrested.
Oh, right, those people.
Yeah.
Sorry,
They're
that
going
was
away for a
talking
long time. It would have only been a few years, but then they decided to fight back.
How's the one with the leg hole doing?
We managed to dress the wound and staunch the bleeding.
Oh,
He's going to be hobbling
That's
for a
a
while,
good thing.
though. It was a good stab.
I do only the finest work. I note to you.
I've walked out.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
I
walk
walked out
out.
too.
Archibald's just kind of. Then he's like, "I think your friends are."
Oh, right, they've gone adventuring without me. I can't deprive them of my presence. I will see you later, guardman, sir.
It's
So,
Thrast.
leaving.
but- Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, Thrast. TH.
Oh, I'm spelling it the way I want to spell
All
it.
right, sure.
So how are torches lit in this?
It's mainly glow globes that have been reworked to basically go on.
Okay.
Like the lamp
Glow
lighters
globes
in
on a
Victorian
stick.
England, it's kind of like that, but they have to come and recharge. Like they can turn them off and on, but they only last for about an hour, so they have to recharge. Or these ones have been rewired, kind of to last from evening till morning. But yeah, people just coming back and forth, turning them on and off.
So how do I get fire?
Fire? Like
Yes.
you either have to possess the ability, use a cipher, or actually light something on fire.
They're like matches.
Yeah, you can probably buy matches. No
Okay.
problem.
Or like what? Are there lighters?
I mean, there might be something.
Okay.
I would assume that.
Was our inn shady enough to provide us with matches?
I mean, you probably would have some flint and steel just as part of your adventurer's kit
Yeah.
to begin with. Anyways, I'm assuming you're going back and
Yes.
procuring weapons. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could with my sword.
Yeah.
All right. So you got your sword, you got your crossbow, you got your blade, you got your whip, you got everything. All right. So the closest, one of the closest houses.
Where's the closest general store?
The closest general store, that would probably be in the Market District.
Okay.
Well, I suppose it depends on, like, what do you want to get?
Matches.
Oh, just the matches?
I'm on fire.
You could probably find something just like a corner store that provides
No
basic
Okay.
things. There might be a stall or two set up just like along the roads here and there.
Are oil flasks a thing in this game?
Oil flasks?
Yes.
Like just like flasks that contain oil?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably find something like that.
Okay.
They probably have cooking oil.
I was gonna say, really basic stuff like that you could find, but if you wanted any,
Well, it doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs
yeah,
to be
I would say, yeah, you could find a general store in the area. Yeah, you'd be like, okay, there was some over here when I was here. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, you could find it.
Would find like 3 oil flasks in like town.
Yeah, sure, that'll probably be about 2 shins.
Okay.
For all 3 kind of deal. Because they're not very big, they're about that. If you were putting them into a lamp, they would burn for they'd probably be about an hour of light per flask.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. You now have 3 olive flasks. The shop owner says, "Oh, thank you very much."
Thank you.
All right. So
And matches.
we don't have a lot of time left, so we're since we started a little late, we'll go to about 8:45,
Okay.
9ish. Yeah. So what would you like to do?
Head to the nearest house.
Nearest house. All right. He also marked the warehouse on your map as well.
Okay.
It's near the edge of the city, but there's about 3 houses in this district and about 3 houses in the other one. Although you're not sure if you might get questioned, why are you asking questions in this district?
Yeah.
Because you don't have the leave of the district captain. But so you're gonna go to the nearest house. All right. So that is it's about 20 minutes away. So yeah, the main road there, it's kind of off. You see where that little like square is off the main road?
It's off the main road.
Yeah. So
You're talking about like the water.
No, up the other direction, like straight up from the water thing, the fountain, the gate that you came in, the fountain there.
Oh, yes.
Straight up from there. Yeah, it's around one of those areas. It's around that area.
Okay.
It's like it's another little fountain with like greenery and trees.
Cool.
Potted trees and things like that. So you get up to this. It's one of the nicer houses of the area. It's still this is about middle class. This is like lower to middle class people in District 7. They've got like a nice like fence area. This is like it's not a gated community, but it's a nice one. There's a little path up to this 2-story blue greenhouse, and yeah, some stairs up to the door.
Okay. So we head up there and
A few seconds pass, and then someone comes to the door, and they open it, and you see a mousy-haired woman in about her mid-30s. She's got she's a little thinner and a little shorter than Freya here.
Hi.
Hello.
hi, we're here representing the city guard to ask you some questions about their recent disappearances.
She's like, oh, what do you like? That was
What do you know about spying people?
what? This I have no idea what you're talking. She kind of like I'm three. It's been 3 weeks since Tom's gone missing. Why are you only coming here now?
Well, not to cause alarm, but there's a lot going on in the city right now.
There was a recent occurrence that we can't exactly talk about yet.
It was pretty cool though.
But no, it wasn't. But we are definitely looking more into this incident, and we were hoping that you could help us if you can.
Oh, like very well. Come in.
Thank
She leads you inside a nice foyer, and then off to the left there's a nice little like sitting room. I was just about to pour myself some tea. Would you like some?
Absolutely.
All right, she.
No, thank you.
All right.
No.
All right. She goes and she comes back with a little tray and 2 teacups and tea things. She pours out some tea for herself and you. She's like, okay. What would you like to know?
Can you tell us anything that you think is relevant to him going missing, where he went missing, when he went missing?
When I told the original investigation, which was literally just one round of questioning, that he said he was going to the markets on the riverfront, and that's the last I heard of him. He walked out that door and hasn't been seen since.
Did Tom have any connections with people that might want to hurt him, or any enemies?
No, he
No.
was a very
Well-liked
standard-
person?
Yeah, he was very well liked around the mill.
Alright.
So he worked at the mill?
Yes, a textile mill just down the street.
Okay.
But,
Textile mill. Okay.
but it was a weekend. He was just going out for some a new shirt, I believe. He wasn't very specific. Just said he was going to the market. That's really all. I didn't really think much of it.
He wasn't acting oddly or differently at all.
No, didn't. Not that I noticed.
No strange actions before the incident, no talk of anything at work that was troubling him, or anything at all?
No, she kind of thinks that like a few weeks before he disappeared, he did say he thought someone was following him home one night, but it didn't seem like much. Never after that, it didn't happen again.
Okay.
Do you know anything? Has any word come from anything that you can tell me? Is there anything?
Not at the moment, unfortunately. We will tell you everything we can as soon as we can.
Drag him outside.
I'm very sorry, my friend has had a fit, and we just have to go, but we're sorry about the situation, and we will do our best to rectify it.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Is that all? Is there anything else you need?
No, we will contact you if anything happens, and but if you do see anything or if you remember anything, just don't be shy. Just come down to the precinct and talk to someone.
Ask for Thrask. Tell him Sid
Yeah.
sent you if you think
Thrask.
of anything.
He may look big and scary, but he's really nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
And then she.
Close the door.
I don't understand why you would do that to me. I'm just gonna tell her exactly what happens.
We don't know.
We
which
don't
one
want
is
that.
Spider-Man.
Alright, so.
I didn't even get to thank her for the tea. It was delicious.
Okay.
I will have to come back sometime and procure more.
Of course.
Ah. This is gonna be more difficult than I thought.
Why? We got good information. It's been easy
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah. Okay.
I've hardly had to
So
do
what are you
it.
thinking?
Alright, let's go to the next house.
All right.
Alright, this one, the next closest one is in the opposite direction,
Feather.
towards the river.
It's done.
It's past the precinct. It's near the gate that you came in.
Okay.
So yeah, this one is a little more street based. There's a small path leading up to it because the streets here are kind of a little, or the houses are a little raised and back from the street, so you just follow a small set of stairs and then path up to the house. That's really close. They're close together.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one is more of a sort of a similar bluey color, but there's a little more like yellow kind of mixed in.
Cool. Alright, go up, walk. Knock.
You get to the, you hear a few seconds pass and then, okay, hello? And yeah, a little kid answers the door. He's about 7 or 8. Can I help you?
Hey, is your mom or dad here?
And Jane, and a woman comes to the door and is like, sees you and is like, go, it's okay, Sam, you can go now. Like, hello, can I help you?
Hi, we're here representing the city guard about the recent disappearances.
Oh, is this about Patrick
Yes.
again? Okay.
You don't have to let us in, but if we could talk to you.
You might as well come. She leads you. It's a much more open house. It's just there's a kitchen in the back that you can kind of see through a door, like down the hall, and then there's another off to the right. There's another little sitting room kind of deal. There's some bookshelves. And she's like, I'm not sure what much else I can tell you after I identify them, but.
Could you tell us anything about when he went missing, or?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. Sam said he went out about 3 weeks ago. Just didn't come back.
Did he say where he was going?
Sam didn't really recall. He's about 10 or 12, so he can kind of take care of himself for the day, but not really much longer than that. He's like, he said I believe he was going to the market for something.
The market by the river?
Market by, it's one of the few markets that sells whatever he was getting. So I assumed otherwise, if he was just going for food, he probably would have gone to one of the other ones.
Yeah.
I assumed. He hasn't come back since. It wasn't until the guards knocked on my door a few weeks ago and told me that he'd gone missing. That I don't know too much about it. Sam doesn't know about it. It's a complete mystery where he went.
Do you know anything that could help us? Was there anything weird going on before he went missing?
I haven't spoken to my brother for a few days before he went missing. Everything seemed fine. There was a bit of trouble at the mill, but other than that, not more.
So he worked at the textile mill?
Yeah, the textile mill down by the wall.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can help you with? I've shared pretty much all I know about this subject. I'm doing my best right now to take care of Sam.
You didn't hear him say anything about anyone following him or any reason that anyone might kidnap him or?
As far as I know, everything was fine. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary.
You did say that there was some trouble at the textile mill.
Just a small grievance with another employee.
Okay.
It was just
Do you know anything else about that, or was he quiet?
they were just. Last time I talked to him, there was some problem with. He thought someone was going through his things. He believed it was one of the other employees, but as far as I know, nothing really came of it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. We are so sorry for your loss, and we will do our best to solve whatever happened. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's,
Next house.
scoot out.
Nice house. This
Archibald,
one.
I really appreciate that.
Oh, that was busy.
You were spot on there.
It's like busy looking at things.
That's good. That's good.
Distracted.
You know what? You keep doing that because you were perfect.
It was a lovely place.
As you go to leave, Sam kind of just things around the corner. He's like, is there anything from my dad? Have you heard anything from him?
We haven't heard anything. Could you tell us anything about what happened when you were missing?
Not really. He went to the market one day and just didn't come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sam. You've been really brave, and we appreciate it.
Okay.
I lean down to him and like put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like, you have the mark of a brave man, sir. You will make a great man someday.
That was too much, Archibald. That was too much.
He was like, thanks. You too.
Goodbye, small person.
And he closes the door behind you.
Oh boy.
Oh, that little scamp. I think he'll make a great man someday.
Of course.
It wasn't that bad. It was pretty good,
That
actually.
was pretty good.
I was
Good
giving
job,
words of
Archibald.
encouragement.
All right.
The next house is almost at the edge of the. It's at the far edge of the district 7 here. It's almost it's like a few blocks away from the inner city wall.
Okay.
Similar house to the other ones. This one's two-story, yellowy blue color. So green. Yellowy blue, so green. This one is pretty much right on street level. There's a small path leading into it, but not a lot.
Okay.
All right, sorry. A woman answers the door again. She is like, hello. Can I help you?
Hi. We're here representing the city guard about the recent disappearances.
Okay. Is this about Paul?
Yes.
Please come in. It's been about a week. Is there any news? Paul is the most recent of the
Okay.
victims.
Okay.
No new news,
Okay,
but
so-
we're following up on some leads, and we were wondering if we could ask you some questions.
Yes, please. Anything I can do to help.
Where did Paul work?
He worked at the textile mill down the street.
Okay.
Outside the district.
And what happened when he went missing? Where was he going?
He was just going for a walk. He said he wanted to just
Just for a
get some fresh air.
Okay.
Did Paul have any grievances at work or any enemies? Anyone that might have wanted to hurt him in any way?
As far as I can tell, no. He just was happy with his day to day and everything seemed fine.
He enjoyed work at the textile mill?
Yeah. He was sort of a mediator there. He kind of resolved some conflicts between some people. But it was usually just very petty things like just working with people every day, kind of things, just getting on other people's nerves, burnout, that kind of stuff.
We understand that sort of stuff.
Okay.
It's nothing tragic or much. Didn't really talk too much about it. Privacy and that's other things.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
nothing much comes to mind.
Nothing much. Was there anything strange going on before the incident? Like not even after?
Not really. Everything seemed normal. He just didn't come home one day.
Okay. I think we have what we need.
Alright. Thank you so much for your time.
We'll be back as soon as
Has
possible.
there been any word, anything?
No new word, but I think you gave us what we need.
Yeah,
Alright, thank you.
definitely.
Alright, alright, anything else you need, please let me know.
Of
Yeah,
course.
if you remember anything or you think of anything, just don't be shy. Head down to the precinct.
Ask for Thrask and tell
Ask for
him
Thrask.
Civ sent you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot to tell the other lady.
Alright, so you leave the house and she closes the door.
What time of day is it?
It's about 3, 4 in the afternoon-ish.
Cool, let's head to the textile mill.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know where it is? Shit.
You would probably know where it is if it's in here,
Or we
right?
could just like stop someone on the road.
Excuse me, sir.
Do
Do
you
you
know the
work at the textile
I'm good
mill?
at asking people
You
questions.
could probably suss it out over the
I
course
need
of
to
about
talk
20
to you
minutes.
then.
Okay.
So like, oh yeah, you want the textile mill just down. It's near to the wall.
Okay.
The window?
So the truth down my
I
dog.
was like, I know I can continue here, but
That is my favorite limerick.
The bards often sing that one.
They do.
as you approach the mill, it looks like
I need to tell you something, So you remember that girl from the bar?
Mhm.
She worked at the mill too.
Wait, did she?
Yeah, Tanya.
Oh.
Of course, I listened to her. Yeah, she worked at the textile mill.
That's interesting.
Yeah, just needed to bring that up to make sure, just in case.
What was that about Jack and Jill?
They went up the hill.
Oh my, that rhymes just with middle.
She wasn't like demonic or evil. or
That's
anything.
right with Mill.
Oh
Okay,
goodness.
so we're looking for
These are-
someone named Jack and someone named Jill.
It's all coming together. The pieces are putting themselves together in a puzzle that is called a mystery.
I still can't think of what is with the spine thing. Oh well, let's go into the mill.
Spines help people walk.
Alright, so as you approach the mill,
Yes.
there's a small. It's a gated area where it's a place of business. As you walk towards it, you see some people just moving about, moving carts of textile and things around.
Anyone obviously managerial / supervisor role.
You don't really see anything, but you figure, yeah, there's probably someone we can talk to. So you flag down one of the employees and say, oh yeah, you want supervisor, the supervisor,
Demon.
Demon,
Demon.
sociopath.
Is there any supervisors named Jack and or Jill?
No.
And do
the
they recently visit Hills?
The supervisor on shift is Damon.
Oh, that's all. That's close enough. Point us in the direction of this Damon.
Subconscious, guys. It's a powerful thing. Damon Hill. No, I'm just kidding. His name is Damon Hill. That's kind of.
It's all connected, I tell you.
Damon Hill. Alright, I gotta write that down somewhere.
Damon Hill, head of the textile mill.
What a truly organic name.
He's upstairs. And he's like, he gestures you towards one of the doors. So yeah, you go inside and there's people just working away. You see like a little like overview area, kind of like a little office thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just up some stairs.
Cool.
You go in there and
Head up there.
as you enter the room is like whatever this is about, I'm really busy right now. Can you wait?
Not too busy to answer some questions about some missing employees.
He kind of looks up from you, looks up and say, "Oh, I was expecting payroll. Sorry. Who are you exactly?"
We're here representing the city guard.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna ramble your speech.
Can I
again.
see some identification, please?
Um, We have permits?
Flash
Yeah.
permit.
Yeah,
Okay,
see,
this is
it's sort of like, yeah, it's like,
I kind of like hold it really close to his face, like that.
okay, thanks. All right. What can I do for you?
Could you tell us anything about how many employees you've had go missing in recent weeks?
Missing? Oh, missing. He kind of like 1 second he like wheels over to like book like missing. I don't know. Not exactly sure, but we employ a lot of people here. Not sure.
Do you not?
He looks at the registry. He's like, when would this have been ish?
Past few weeks.
Last few weeks. As he pours over for about 10 minutes, like, looks like about 3 or 4 people haven't shown up for work in the last few days, and that's not very surprising. This is a very commissioned job. We don't really keep the most strict timetables.
Of course. Do you have names?
Yeah, we got Tom. He's like, he comes and goes back there. He's like, looks like Tom hasn't shown up from some time. Tom Lau. Looks like Sam also hasn't shown up in some time.
Sure, a lot of Sams in this town.
Oh yeah, Samson. Well, named after his father. But that's, or you suspect. Sam Dodge hasn't shown up, and looks like
Oh, no,
It was
yeah,
Sam?
Kalau hasn't shown up. No last name. It's kind of weird. Kalau, and he also says another name. Looks like Douglas also hasn't shown up in a while yet.
okay.
That's Douglas Drowery.
Do you have addresses by chance for these people?
No, not really. This is very, like I said, it's very by commission. You kind of show up and get like with a work permit.
Of course.
Yeah, sorry.
We talked to their families and we heard there was some disturbances going on at work. Would you have known about this?
Disturbances? Oh, nothing a whole lot. What was I say? What did I say the third name was again? I just had it. I lost it. I
What?
did write it.
Douglas?
No, that was the fourth name, though, wasn't it?
Uh,
Or no,
Douglas.
Douglas. Yeah.
Tom,
Douglas, right.
Sam,
No, you're right.
Kalau, and Douglas.
Yeah. Not really. Yeah, he's like, I think about it, he's like, yeah, I kind of remember Douglas a little bit. He was sort of like a guy everyone went to for like things like that. He kind of like mediated some stuff. It actually kind of helped out a lot.
Okay.
Kept a lot of things from going crazy. Not a lot though.
Any other people like that around here?
Oh well, not really. The only other one that kind of handles these things is Leah, or not Leah. Oh God, what's her name? It's something like Leah. This is Garrett.
Okay.
It's Leah.
What's the chick's
Levia.
name?
It's something like
Her
Leah,
name,
Levia,
it's
something
Tanya.
like that. She's actually on shift right now. I think. Yeah, she's on machine 3, or she's on workstation 3 right now. Yeah. If you need to talk to her right now, it's kind of a busy time for us.
I think you having more employees go missing would probably be worse.
Yeah,
I feel like
probably.
you're really not very concerned about this.
Look, I employ over 100 employees here.
Well,
I
not
can't
anymore.
be responsible for
Not
every
anymore, they've gone missing.
I have over 100 employees. I can't be responsible for all of them, and I'm a very busy man. This is one of our busiest times of years, with lots of trade ships coming from Gaul and the lower parts of the country. Lots of exportation. Please, make your questions quick.
I think that's all for now.
All right, thanks. Like I said, she's on machine 3, workstation 3. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have several orders to fill out. Thank you.
Yeah, we head out.
As we head downstairs, if you'd like to talk to Leah or Levia or whatever her name was,
Yes.
you can.
Yeah, we stop by machine 3.
As you walk up, she kind of like looks up and like, hello.
Fair maiden, how do you do today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Do you have some time for some inquiries and questions?
We're from the city guard. This is about the recent disappearances.
She kind of like, oh, all right, please make it quick. I'm on commission.
We heard that you were one of the people to go to about disputes here. Could you tell us anything that might have happened?
Sort of disputes.
Heard you were a problem solver.
I mainly just mediate grievances between employees when I'm on shift. Usually on my breaks. Not any. Usually just petty things like squabbles and arguments like that. Nothing serious. What's this about?
Anything involving a Tom, a Sam, Paul, Callow, or Douglas? Do any of those names ring a bell?
Douglas. We sort of. Douglas is the only one I sort of know. He's sort of the on shift. It's hard to describe what we do. We just sort of the people others talk to. He kind of just, we were on shift one day and there were some problems and we just sort of just went from there and we just talked to people.
Problems.
Yeah, just basic problems. Nothing very much out of the ordinary. Why? What's this about?
Douglas went missing. I don't know if you noticed, but
No, I didn't. We decided to work opposite shifts to ensure this kind of mediation was properly handled. I didn't know. Oh dear. Oh, is there anything I can do? I guess to help. She's put down the tools by now. It's just kind of like one less in the conversation.
anything you can tell us about the disputes that went on?
Anything.
There's not
Any-
a whole lot. I remember we were talking one time outside of work, and we usually meet up and talk about these things. Biggest thing that happened recently is one of the employees thought that someone had been stealing or going through his things.
How did you resolve that?
As far as I know, nothing really happened. It was shown that this person was not anywhere near his things when this happened.
What's security like around here?
It's not very tight. We have a few guards, hired guards, who just patrol at night. We have we have a couple day shifters. Other than that, nothing particular.
You've ever been to the market down by the river?
Yeah, every so often I go peruse. They have very
Okay.
fine wares there.
Very fine wares.
Yeah. It's very
Okay.
nice. Why?
Oh, it just seems to be a link between the cases. I mean, notice anything weird just around town? Anything strange in particular around maybe the last few weeks?
I haven't personally noticed this, but Doug had mentioned he thought he was being followed a while back.
Doug. Okay.
Yeah, Tom was the one who mentioned too, as far as Doug is the one who mentioned it to her. But he I think I told him he's just being paranoid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a lot that I can tell you because I've
All
been
right.
very busy with work lately. I haven't been able to really, catch up with friends or anything.
We understand that. I think that's all we need. Unless you have anything else.
Could you give us your address in case we need to contact you again?
Yes, of course. And she writes down the street and address. It's a few blocks away from the textile factory here.
What was your name again, sorry?
I'm Henrietta.
Henrietta, of course.
Henrietta. Okay.
Yeah.
But like, that's a handsome name.
Thank you.
And please, if you think you're being followed at all, go to Thrask at the guard post. He's the captain, and tell him Civ sent you immediately.
Is there something I should be worried about?
No, we don't think so. But
Just in case.
it's better to be safe than sorry.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Don't worry. We're almost done.
That was me in character being like nothing. And
sorry.
What? There's immense danger.
Yeah. Alright. As you leave the textile factory, you notice two people or a small entourage of people walking up in towards the gate area. They kind of just ignore you. One of them is the person at the front is a very tall woman. Nice clothing. Looks like she may have come from one of the upper districts. The others are. She's got two bodyguard-looking people kind of flanking her, and a smaller, she looks to be like a handmaid or servant or something like that, just following kind of at her side. Where they pass you, they look at you and just continue.
I wave.
So they ignore you completely.
Oh.
So they're headed into the mill?
Yeah, they're headed into the mill.
Okay, turn around and follow them.
Yeah.
Let's follow them.
We wait like 20 seconds.
All right. You see them move into the door, and then you follow them.
Mm-hmm. Where are they heading?
They head up to Supervisor Damon's.
Okay, I head up there.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around first, see if I can see Tanya.
I follow.
Just roll perception.
Okay, that's and that would be a 10.
10. You don't really see her, but there's a lot of people working.
I'll follow her
She's
then.
probably lost in the crowd. Are you sneaking up to the door, or are you just walking up? You just want to walk up right
We
up the
don't
door?
need to sneak.
Sneaking's not my strongest.
As you walk in,
suit.
you hear one of the ladies. You see the more affluent lady talking to Damon, and her bodyguards are kind of like just off the side, and the servant girl kind of looking out onto the floor just at people. And she's like, "So about the order, can I help you?"
Pardon me, do you by chance happen to have shares in this factory or own this factory?
I do own it, yes. Why?
Several of your employees have gone missing recently, and some of them have turned up without spines. We were hoping to ask you about this.
We were
Oh,
just
sure.
looking into
You can bring up the spines.
She was clearly not ready for this bit of information. She just kind of like looks at Damon and is like, "Did you know about this?"
He doesn't care.
You're like, "Please, Miss Abigail, as you know, we have many employees, all working on commission, very spotty.
He could barely
very
remember
hard
their
to keep up."
names. So.
Couldn't remember Henrietta's name, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like, he's like, "Stop taking my hole, please."
Oh, you
She
took
kinda
this
looks
whole
back.
long
Please,
time.
I'm an expert digger.
She kind of looks back at him and is like, "We will talk about this later." What, may I ask, is your interest in this?
We're here representing the city guard. We're looking into the matter.
I hold up my the permit thing that I got.
She's just like, "Okay, why aren't they looking into them themselves?"
They're very busy, and I happened to work for the guard previously, and they called in a few favors.
Very well. Make it quick. I do have other meetings to get to. What? If you have any questions, please.
Do you have any other interests by chance, maybe down by the river?
I own several stalls there as well. I also own a metalworking factory over in one of the farther districts. Why?
We believe people have gone missing by the river, people who work here.
I don't know anything about this. I'm very sorry. I'm
That's...
a very busy woman.
I understand. We realize that you have nothing to do with this, but any hints that you have would help us.
I'm not sure. This is very troublesome. And you're sure that these people you mentioned missing are missing from my mill?
Yes.
Yep.
This is troubling indeed. She kind of shoots a glance over and...
I'm really good at identifying. I have a skill in identify lies and quality. Can I?
Yeah.
D20?
Yeah, give me 20.
19.
She honestly has no idea what you're talking about. This is new to her.
Yes.
Or at least she seems like she's a little taken aback that something like this has been going on. Everyone roll perception real quick.
8.
8.
15.
15.
Oh wow, you too. You kind of noticed that the servant girl that she was with, who was looking over the floor, kind of like turns back a little bit and looks at you when you mention these, when you start mentioning these things occurring, and then she kind of turns back and looks back up on the floor. Well, I don't really have much business. Like I said, I own several different
Could
businesses
we-
and stalls. And
I have a question for you. Could we question your companions here that are traveling with you?
Florence, I doubt she knows much. She's my servant. She's one of my servants.
I think if we could double check, that would be
Um,
good to know, good to do.
Sure, Florence, answer any questions that they have for you. And she kind of gestures forward. Florence kind of like timidly steps forward. Yes?
This is news to me.
Florence, so have you noticed anything strange going on lately?
Not really. But I haven't been coming here very. I haven't been my lady's employee for very long.
Can I identify Lex?
Yep.
9.
9. She seems timid, and she seems like the institution questioning her. She's a little nervous.
Okay. Well,
I don't really know much. I just follow my lady around, helping her. Just sort of part of her entourage. As she
Oh,
Do you
goes
live
around
in with your lady?
Yeah, I do retain a small room inside of her quarters.
What do you do in your spare time?
I don't really have spare time, but when I do have the odd day off, and I just go down to the markets and see things.
the
or
market
go
by
for
the
a
river?
walk. It's the biggest one here.
You didn't happen to notice anything, did you? Anything odd down there?
No, it's been fairly. It's been a little busier, but that's just this time of year.
Is there any notable disputes that you have seen around between anyone and, because your lady must know a lot of powerful people.
No, I can't think of anything. I'm just sort of here for assistance of my lady.
Okay.
She's probably just shocked that no one knows anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Look. I'm running late for other meetings. Is there anything else you need? And if so, please make an appointment with my secretary.
Secretary, where would that be?
Just you can. She writes a little slip of paper like, this is for the guards at the inner city gates. Just give them to them and just come to my house at some time. If you have any other questions, other than that, please. I am a very busy woman. I need to get going.
Excellent. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
All right. Everyone roll perception one last time.
20.
12.
4!
Okay.
You perceive
as you
everything.
start leaving,
He sees
He's time itself.
He perceives that he is within a game.
He's like, wait a minute. my actions aren't actually dictated by what I do. It's based on a dice roll.
Well, it doesn't exactly his actions that are based on the
Well,
dice
the
roll.
outcomes
It's
of it. The
outcomes.
outcomes of my
not
actions.
even sure it really happened.
I would also like to point out that whenever you're whispering,
Yeah.
you're right there.
That's fine.
Okay.
Anyways, so that's happened.
Okay.
It's a little later in the day now. Anything you'd like to do before we end the next session?
Okay. As we're walking back to the tavern, I assume it's that servant girl looked rather suspicious
Yeah.
as we walked away.
I
I
agree. Whoa, do we agree?
This
no.
is strange.
This can't be good.
No, finally the Archibald charm and intelligence is wearing off.
So yeah, this is what you noticed, and
Yeah.
just for the sake of brevity, there's not a whole lot. It's getting a little late in the day, so you decide to continue your investigation tomorrow.
Yeah.
You head back to the Warrior's Palm.
Perhaps Andre
I'm
could
gonna
join
have
us.
a drink, and it's gonna be
As
really
you have a
strong.
drink, Gabriel is at the bar now.
Hey,
He's been
Gaby.
told that he until
Hey,
all the
Gabriel.
other issues have been like gone on, he's sort of like pseudo in charge for the time being.
Got a promotion, did we, Gaby, my friend?
I've been working
Gaby,
here for
it's so
3
nice
weeks.
to see
It's
you.
a little overwhelming.
Oh, I'm certain you'll do a great job. I'm certain someday you'll be a great man.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You know, you can always come to us for help. We'll always be there.
I kind of like give him like a light punch on the shoulder. Anytime, chum.
Yeah, Gaby, my man.
Yes.
Anyway, if I could get a drink.
yes, he pours you some ale.
Thank
It's
you.
Like, he's not exactly sure. He's like, as the night progresses, he costs you shit. You pay him for that, maybe a meal as well, or maybe you head to bed because it's
Yep.
about 9 or 10 at night or something.
Oh, Andre and I are gonna have great stories tonight.
I was a little bit drunk and someone had to drag me.
Alright.
Thank you.
Alright, cool. So that's where we'll end tonight's session because I know you have to get going.
It seems to be my put it in the book
But
so
yeah.
far.
Yeah, so
Look at that.
Yeah,
interesting.
but
So there's some
He looks like
mystery,
that,
some murder to look into. Who
Oh
knows
my.
where this rabbit hole will go?
There's gonna be fire at some point.
At one point,
Also,
there was
that's what
fire,
Captain Baz
as,
looks like
as
all the time.
prophesized by Civ. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out. And yeah, thank you all for whoever watched. I will see you next week. Bye.